Hello friends, welcome to part 94 of Laravel 12 multi-bundle e-commerce series. From this part, we will start working on the wallet management. We can also say the credit management, and we are going to work on the add, edit wallet credits in admin panel in this part. Okay, so in this part, we will implement wallet credit management in the admin panel, in which the admin can add, edit, or delete wallet credits and debits from any user, set expiry dates, and mark them active inactive, and view the user's running wallet balance. So here you can see that we have already integrated the coupon code functionality. Like this, we are going to integrate now the credit functionality, credit or wallet functionality, so that the admin can able to give the credits to the user. Credits can be any number like the 100 credits or 200 credits that the user can able to avail. Like if the user will avail here the 100 credits, then he will get the 100 discount, means 900 pounds minus 100 pounds. Okay, like this. So these credits we are going to make the system in the admin panel to add the credits. Okay, in the admin panel we are going to add. We will give the option to add and delete these credits. Okay, so I'm going to open the admin panel, admin/login, admin@admin.com. Password is 123456. Okay, so we will add this credit system in the admin panel so that the admin can able to add the credits for the users. So in the left sidebar, we are going to add the wallet management, okay, and also we are going to make the CRUD for the credit, okay, so that the admin can able to add, edit, or delete these credits. Okay, so let's start. So we are going to cover these features: valid credit card, okay, add, edit, delete, expiry date support. By default, we will keep the expiry date as 1 year for every credit added by the admin panel. Okay, added by the admin, and credit and debit action. Okay, live user balance on add edit form, running balance per transaction row, active inactive toggle with AJAX. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, we are going to make the model as well as the migration file for the valid credit with this artisan command. Okay, so I'm going to run this artisan command for my project. I'm going to open my project here, the ZAMP SDocs personal project, and this is ecom 12 in which I am working. Okay, so I'm going to open the open git bash here. You can also open in terminal. Okay, so this is the command that I'm going to run that will generate the model as well as the migration file for creating the valid credits table. Okay, so we are going to create the valid credits table. So I'm going to open both the files here, valid credit. I'm going to close the earlier files. So here valid credit, okay, this one, as well as the migration file, create wallet credit table. Okay, so I'm going to create the table with these columns: ID, user ID, decimal, that is for the amount, expires at, okay, that is for the expiry date, reason, okay, reason for the credit, added by, who is going to add this credit, which admin panel, which admin or sub admin, super admin. Okay, so is active, see, we want to make it active or inactive. Okay, so after that, user ID added by are the foreign keys if you want to add. Okay, so I'm going to update this one, this credit system. Okay, I'm going to align it as well. So I'm going to run the php artisan migrate command to create this table. See, table has been created. I'm going to check in our database. Here you can see the valid credits table has been created. Okay, with all the required columns. So after this, we are going to update the model. Okay, this model that we have just created, we're going to update this model, going to align it. These are the columns in this valid credits table. Okay, so we are going to add the relation as well. So every credit belongs to some user, so we are going to add the relation belongs to. Okay, So after this, we are going to add the valid credit request. We are going to add for the that will actually validate the credit that the admin is going to add. Okay, so that file we are going to add inside app http request and admin. Under admin, we are going to add this file valid credit request.php. Go to Sublime. Okay, going to update this file. All the validation that are required for adding the valid credit. Okay, so we are going to align it as well. Okay, so now after this, let's come back. So we are going to add the valid credit service as well, where where we are going to store the actual logic, actual CRUD for adding, updating, deleting the credit. Okay, so we are going to add this inside app services admin, app services admin. Here we are going to add this service. So we are going to move this. So see, we are going to, we can create all these files with the artisan command as well. Okay, so here we are going to modify this file with all these CRUDs, all these functions that will contain actual logic for the CRUD, for the credits. Okay, so we are going to align it as well. So after this, we are going to add that valid credit controller inside app HTTP controllers admin. So here we are going to add this complete file. Once again, we have used all the source controller functions in which we have called the functions from its valid service. Okay, so we are going to align it as well. We must have also injected at the top, you can see the valid credit service that contains the actual logic for the valid. Okay, and now after this, we are going to create its routes in web.php file. So we are going to include this valid credit controller at the top along with the other controllers, and after that we are going to add these two routes, valid management routes, here inside the admin group. We can add somewhere at the bottom of this admin group. Okay, we can add it here. Okay, so now we are going to add this valid credits folder inside resources views admin. In which we are going to create these two files. One is the listing for the credits index.bait.php, where we are going to add the listing for the credits. And one is that add edit credit for adding, editing the credit. Okay, so that also we are going to add inside this folder. Okay, so now we are going to open these files here in the Sublime as well. Index will contain actual index listing for the credits. Okay, so I'm going to add as well. So here we are going to add its JS as well, custom.js. Okay, sorry, this is the file that, okay, so this one is the file for add edit credit. This is required to add here, and this is the file that is for the index for the listing of the credits, okay, that I am going to add here. Okay, that is that. No, fine. Okay, so it is line as well, fine. And one last thing that we are going to do, we are going to add the source code that we want to update the credit status. Okay, in custom.js file, we are going to add, sorry, in admin here. We can add anywhere where we are updating the status for other modules as well. Okay, yeah, we are going to update the status for this one. Okay, so now we are going to try. Let's see that if that valid credits opens or not valid credits. Okay, yes, it's opening. You can see the valid credits is opening, and now we will try to add the credit. Okay, here the credit current balance is 0 because we have not selected any user. I'm going to select this user, but we have not added any credit for any of the users so far. So that's why it is showing as the 0 balance. Now I'm going to add here the credit. We can also debit, but right now we are going to add the credit like 100 credit. We're going to add, and I'm going to set the expiry date of November, okay, of this year. Okay, I'm going to submit. No reason right now. I'm going to submit, and we'll see. Yes, the credit has been added, and here you can see the user balance as well. Valid entry created successfully. Okay, so it's working fine, and I have its expiry is November 30, 2025. Okay, so now I'm going to add another credit for this user. If I will select this user here, you can see the current balance here, it is showing rupees 100. If I will select any other user like the earlier user, it is showing the current balance as 0 because we have not added any credit for this particular user. Okay, so I'm going to add the credit once again for the previous user where I have added 100 rupees credit last time, and now I'm going to add 200 rupees credit this time. Okay, so I'm not going to mention any expiry date, and if I will not mention any expiry date, then it will automatically generate 1 year expiry date. Okay, I'm going to run like reason against the order return. Okay, against the order return, we want to give this credit. Okay, so we are going to make it active. I'm going to click on submit, and now you can see the credit 200 added, and now the total balance is 300. It is showing user balance as 300, and its expiry date is now is October 15, 2026. So it automatically extends, it automatically gives 1 year expiry for this credit. Okay, and reason is against the order return. Okay, so it's working fine. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the debit this time for the same user. I want to debit 100 rupees. Suppose in case the admin added the credit by mistake or something else, then he can debit that amount as well, and he can click on submit, and now the 100 rupees deducted from his account. Now the user balance is 200. Okay, so now I'm going to try to add credit for some other user. Okay, like I'm going to add credit for this user, and I'm going to add the 1000 credit for this user without any expiry, any reason, but I'm going to make it disabled. Okay, so like you can see the status is now inactive, but we have added the 1000 credit for this user. Okay, so I'm going to make it active this time. Okay, I'm going to refresh, and now it has shown the user balance as 1000 here. Okay, so it is fully dynamic, and you can see we have set up the credits in the admin panel, and in the next part we are going to apply this credit at the front end as well. So you can subscribe the channel to get the updates for the Laravel series, and you can always join the channel to get the complete source code. Okay, so you can simply search the Tech Developers YouTube channel, and you can subscribe the channel simply by opening the channel, and here you can see you can open the channel, subscribe the channel, and you can join the channel to get the complete source code. Okay, so that's all for now. Have a nice time. Goodbye.